A whole lot can change within a week. I got some stuff to fill y'all in on. Today we're going to talk about expectancy versus anxiety on today's Dear Single Women's podcast. Hello, ladies. Welcome back to the podcast. The Dear Single Women's podcast is a podcast for single women who are healing, growing, living, and loving their lives on their terms. I would appreciate while you're at this podcast that you would go ahead and give me a like, give me 5 stars on Apple Podcast, and follow on Spotify, because that tells the algorithm to promote my podcast to other women who could benefit. So please do your part and share, or just like and subscribe. All right, ladies. So this is actually going to be a short episode because I'm in a virtual summit right now. I have paused the video and I'm here to make my episode so that I can get this up, because I am dedicated and consistent to providing you content every single Monday. So I don't get to take the day off just because I am in training of sorts. I have to still do my part. So the Exodus Summit I'm in right now, it's called Exodus Summit. It's for Black women who are looking for freedom. The theme this year is time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. I need the tools to get what I want, and I'm willing to pay and invest my time and my money to get the tools that is going to build me the life of my dreams. Well, because I'm in the summit right now, I'm not going to do a lot of editing because that takes additional time. So I just ask for your grace as I give you today's episode. So yeah, things can change. If you listened to last week's episode, I told you that I was getting out, that I was going to do more to be social, that I was going to be intentional about putting myself in spaces to meet people, because I'm expectant. And I'm going to tie that in to the topic today. I am expectant, and I have been expectant for months, probably months. I've always knew, and I've always asked for God to give me the desires of my heart, but I transitioned strategically and intentionally to be an expectant that it was going to happen. Let me not bury the lead. Ooh, I just got a butterfly in my stomach. I'm like, do I even want to say this? Let me not bury the lead. Last week, I said I was going to be intentional about getting out and doing stuff. And that's what I did. And I met somebody. So, yeah, that's the definitely the big news. There's not really much else to say about that, except get on plentyoffish.com. Like, they'll stay tuned. You want to follow this journey in real time, ladies? This is real time, okay? Everything I have shared with you up until now, this episode has happened in real time for me. And so to see that this is unfolding, documented, is kind of a little mind blowing to me right now. But yeah, it's funny. Last week I said I'm going to get out and do. And I'm going to put myself out there and get the rust off. And then 7 days later, I'm here to report that I met somebody. Now, I've come to realize that it wasn't rust at all, as much as I just needed to meet the right person, because your girl ain't rusty, okay? I've been handed my phone to my friend and told her to do anything, all right? I'm doing very well in this, dialogue with me and this person. So that might be another lesson for another episode for another day. It's not always rust. It's sometimes you just gotta be in the right circles and talk to the right people, and you'll find that you are a natural and it does come out. So if you have anxiety about getting out there and meeting and mingling, it's not you. And that's something that I am learning to stop internalizing. It's not you. It might just be the people, and it might just be the environment. So give yourself that grace. Okay, so why do I want to talk? All right. So I want to talk expectancy versus anxiety, because they could kind of show up similar. For those of you who want to go on your expectancy journey, for those of you that you're maybe like interested, like, wow, she was expectant and she actually got it. How do I do that for me? I just want to talk about that a little bit, what it might look like, how to be expectant versus being anxious, and what is expectancy. Okay, so I am a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ. I am a Christian. I have a great relationship with my Father in heaven. I talk to him all the time. I read my word. I pray. And like I said, I talk to him. So it's not just for when I get out the bed in the morning and I drop to my knees. For me, it looks more like, God, I'm feeling this. God, I need wisdom. God, give me that. I need discernment. Well, God and I have been talking for years about this part of my life, being single and wanting to change that and needing that to change, needing to be more well-rounded and more holistic in my life, and less of the career woman who is lacking and depleted in so many other areas. Me and God have talked for years about this, but there was a shift these past few months. I don't know if it was months or weeks. I have to think back, which is honestly, that's a change for me, because I'm a dates person. Dates matter to me and time matters, but I guess that's a good shift that I can't remember, has it been weeks or months? But I have been, let's just say the past couple of months, I have been very intentional about being expectant. I've shifted from just praying about it, talking to God about it, to actually being expectant for it. And that is a big, big game changer. Have you been expectant? If you're a Christian and you've been praying to God to give you this thing that is a desire in your heart, have you been expectant for it? Or do you just pray and lament and cry, which are all valid things, and then the year goes by and you're still single again, and you pray, lament, and cry, and then experience the next year? Because that was my reality for many, many years. But something shifted in these I can't remember how long, but something shifted in these past couple of months where I've started being expectant. Let me state, this was always a part of my nature. I have been expectant in many other areas of my life. If I could be completely honest with you, between you and me, I'm that person. I've bought baby clothes. They're in my closet years ago. Bought baby clothes. I changed my license plate to my daughter's name. And I don't have no daughter. Okay. This is right before all of this, I bought a doll head. And if you get it, I bought a doll head to learn how to braid hair. I used to know how to cornrow. I lost the skill. I bought a doll head 2 weeks ago because I'm going to learn how to braid, because I got to do my daughter's hair. Expectant, right? I didn't just pray about it. I didn't just lament to God. I didn't just say, God, I want you to give me this thing. But the shift for me was, I took the tenacity. I think I said this in the last episode, which is you have to go back and listen, because you got to see the trajectory of this. My mind is still blown. I took the tenacity that I had in pursuing a career, in getting 3 degrees, in healing, right? Because that took tenacity as well. Healing is a hard journey. It's a long journey. It's a lifelong journey. And I took those same skills that I've applied to other areas and I put it to this thing. I took something that, when we think of grit, we think of those things as like, ooh, buckle down, push through. It's usually against something that's very resistant. And I took that and I said, why can't I use that for something good? That's maybe not resistant, right? Why can't I do that? So that shift in my thinking really produced results for me, because guess what your girl did? I went and I, like I said, I bought the clothes. That was years ago now. I bought one garment. I bought a onesie that was on sale at Kohl's. Okay, one garment, but I bought the clothes. The license plate is my daughter's name, and I don't have a daughter. I bought the doll head 2 weeks ago because I knew. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna meet my person. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna have my daughter, whose name is on the license plate, and I'm going to need to know how to do her hair. So let me start prepping. I need to prepare for that. In addition to that, I even bought her a doll that has this like huge 4C hair, because I want my daughter to play with Barbies that represent her, and I want her to know that her hair is beautiful too, since it's an issue a lot of Black women struggle with. That doll is sitting right there on my mantle. I bought that 2 weeks ago. 0 prospects, 0 indication of meeting anybody, 0. But I was expectant. And I told my friend, and I hope she's listening to this, I told her last Sunday, I said, I'm going to a Mets game, and I might meet my husband there. I told her that. I was like, I don't know, but I'm so expectant for the Lord to do this in my life that when I show up in places, he might be there. And I'm going to position myself and put myself in spaces where he might be. Well, I went to the Mets game. He wasn't there. I didn't meet nobody. But then the next day, actually 2 days later, the next day, with that same expectant energy, I went and downloaded a bunch of apps. That I took that tenacity, and I'm not just gonna use it to get a 3rd degree, but I'm gonna use it to get what I want in my life. And I went and downloaded a bunch of apps, and I was gonna like take my time going through them and looking and just testing it out first, because I wanted to bring you guys a nice comprehensive review. I found unique apps, right? So I'm not talking OkCupid. I'm not talking Tinder, which I don't go on. I'm talking these ones you've not heard of, but that there's an audience. There are people there, Christian men there. So I planned on, it was like 8 apps, and I'll still do a future episode for you guys with that. But that was my intention, to go through, look through each one, and come to see what it's like for me. Meet my guy, like I told you, because I'm expectant, and then also turnkey that to you to say, hey, I recommend you check out these apps. Well, the first app I downloaded was Plenty of Fish, and I went on there. I downloaded it Monday. I made the account Tuesday, and within 5 minutes, somebody was in my inbox. And he is he's yeah, I don't know. I guess I will have to share more with you about in terms of him later. I'll have to share more, but just there are a lot of good things I'm seeing in a week God moves quick. When you're expectant and you activate your faith, you really put your faith out there. And I'm not talking to some metaphysical, like, activated my faith, it's going to manifest. No. I'm just saying, do the work, ladies. Put yourself out there. Get on the apps. Go out. When you do the actual work, it's a partnership. God is not going to send someone magically to you. You have to actually go out and do the work. But when you go out and you do the work, it is amazing what can happen. And that's my little testimony. But I was expectant. I wasn't anxious, right? I didn't say, well, all right, I'm going to go to the baseball game and I don't know who I'm going to meet and where I'm going to meet them and how's this going to go and am I dressed good enough? No, I went to the baseball game expectant that God was going to do it. The difference is the mindset, and the difference is the emotional energy that comes out. I'm walking in. It's like, you ever been really confident walking into an interview where you're like, yeah, I got this job. Like, I know I got this job. It was like that. It was the same expectant energy. I don't know why we understand it better in terms of jobs, but the skills are really the same, ladies. And so I took that same, because I've walked into interviews like, I know I got this job, and I've really gotten every single one. So I took that same type of feeling in that mindset, in that same mental space, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to this game, and I'm gonna put myself out there, and I'm probably gonna meet him here. And then it didn't happen, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna join the app, because I'm like, all right, it's a lot of kids and families there, cool. I'm gonna join the app, and I'm gonna put myself out there. I was like, I'm gonna join these 8 apps. But it's work. It is work. So I was like, oh, gotta take time to get through these apps. But I'm like, okay. The first one. That expectant mindset. The first one. I don't even have to work through the 8 apps. The first one. And I wasn't anxious about it. I was just like, I'm gonna get on here and we're gonna see what happens. Because I know God is going to send my spouse. I don't know which app he's going to do it through. I don't know if he's going to do it because I showed up to trivia night. I don't know if he's going to do it because I took a trip into the city. I don't know where, but I know, as much as I know that I have a left hand, I know I'm going to meet him. And I did. I met somebody. So be expectant. Don't be anxious. And I want to encourage you with one last thing. Be expectant to the point where you're willing to take some of those quote unquote risks. Do you need to learn how to do hair? Maybe you need to start now. Buy that doll head. Buy those baby clothes you see. Something strikes you, that's so pretty. I would like her in that. Buy it. Be expectant. Live as if the person is here because you believe they're coming. We can't just dip a toe in the water with this. You got to really step out. I'm going to meet him. Maybe, is it today, God? Okay, let me see. I'm going to meet him. Is it at this place, God? Okay, let's see. That's expectant. And you're not anxious. You're going to have a good time. You're going to enjoy yourself. But you're going to look around. You're going to say, I know my Lord is going to do it. Now let me just see if it's here. Be expectant, ladies. And enjoy the journey. I will talk to you more next week on the Dear Single Women's podcast.